All right, if everyone will stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Johnny, will you lead us in prayer, please?
Dear God, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for bringing us here together today to do the business of our club. Lord, help us to be wise stewards of the resources that you've given us. And Lord, please be with our mayor today as she delivers her State of the Town address and delivers to us all the news that is going on in Wendell. And Lord, help us to be mindful of the things that she says, that we may look for opportunities for service in those things that she has to say. Now be with us and please bless the hands that prepared the food. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Well, I'd like to begin with introducing our guests. And we have several here that, first of all, Jenna Gray, who is the mayor of the town of Wendell, and David Myrick. And if you would, I'd ask you to please stand and so that we can identify you through the recording that's being made. Appreciate it. And also Newman Aguiar, who is mine and our district's district governor. And if you would stand, and would appreciate it. We also have a couple of other guests here. We have Lisa McKenzie with Edward Jones and Gary McConkey with Eastway TV. You will be seated, please. This is a very special day for us. This is our first time that we have been able to secure a State of the Town address, of which we're very appreciative. And what I'd like to do is to now turn this over to Jenna Gray for her presentation. If you would, please.
Thank you. Well, thank you all for being here. I'm thrilled to see so many friendly faces, a lot of people that I know. I want to thank the Wendell Rotary Club for having me and for hosting all of you. This is a great opportunity for me to let everyone know about all the great things that are going on in Wendell, where we've been, where we hope to go next, and how we got there. Personally, I'm very excited to have a chance to tell the story of Wendell. I never turned down a chance to do that. I love Wendell. I've lived here the majority of my adult life, over 25 years. Wendell's the place I call home. My husband and I raised our sons here, and a lot of the longtime citizens have even embraced me, even though I'm new to Wendell. Since this is the first address of what I believe will be an annual event, I'm going to cover more than a year so I can set the stage better. I'm going to take you on a trip back in time, in some instances, even before my time on the Wendell Town Board. Then we'll come forward to today, look at where we were, look at what we did, and where we are now, and where we hope to go. Just briefly, here's some foundational background. According to the State Office of Budget and Management, as of July 2014, Wendell has a population of 6,226 residents. That's a 6.4 increase from the 2010 census. It's pretty typical, but we're getting ready to take off very soon. Wendell is served by 5 commissioners and a mayor, and is a council manager form of government. The town board adopts policies, ordinances, and a budget, and the manager handles day-to-day operations of the town and the town employees. We employ in Wendell about 40, and I say about because we have a few spots that are open right now, employees, and we also add some part-time employees periodically, seasonally, for sports events when we need clock keepers and whatnot like that, and some outside people to help with grass. Wendell was founded in 1903, and at that time was the largest town in eastern Wake County until the year 2000, when we were surpassed by Knightdale. Wendell had the first tobacco markets in the area, and its economy thrived due to the buying and selling of tobacco. When production slowed and stopped, warehouses closed, the downtown suffered for quite some time until businesses from Raleigh began to come east. Growth was coming our way, and plans began to be made to be ready. As you know, the bottom fell out in 2008. Excuse me. When I was elected to the town board in 2009, we owed $50 million to the city of Raleigh due to the utility merger agreement. At that time, there were really no prospects to hasten paying it off. We tightened our belts and continued to forge ahead, working hard to attract businesses and foot traffic to our town and our downtown. Wendell is a beautiful town full of fiercely loyal residents. They're protective of our little part of Wake County, and I understand that. I am too. Some may even wish to keep it a secret from the rest of the world, but the world is on our doorstep, so once again we're getting ready to welcome it in, but we're going to welcome it in our way. Planning is being done to be sure that we'll be ready when it gets here, and so that we can make the most of any and every opportunity that arises. Now, for me personally, I'm a goal setter, and I believe in setting goals because I believe they provide the structure that we need to ensure success. So when I was elected to the Wendell Town Board, I sat and watched and kind of soaked everything in and made some observations about what was and was not happening around me. The result was a list of goals that I set for myself that I believe would benefit the town and its citizens. So what I'm going to do today is weave these goals throughout what I talked to you about as well. Again, that way you can see what's been accomplished, where we were, where we're headed, and what still remains to be done. The town of Wendell has 6 departments: administration, finance, parks and rec, planning, public works, and police. The administration department houses the town manager and her support staff. It's where the business of the entire town and its employees is managed. One goal I set was to improve customer service to our citizens. So to that end, in 2015, town staff completed ethics and customer service training. We are constantly making an effort to be competitive and stand out in Wake County. It's very competition stiff in Wake County with towns. Our town hall has served as a police station, a parks and rec office, town hall, and a fire station, and probably other things that I'm not even aware of to mention. It was well past time to make some upgrades to increase efficiency. So we recently had, last year in 2015, we went through phase 1 of our upgrade of our town hall. Offices were carved out of the existing footprint, and everyone has an office and a place now. The conference room was expanded. The planning department was spruced up. Fresh paint works wonders. In phase 2, which we're getting ready to start now, we're going to remodel the boardroom and the front portion of the building and create a front door, an entrance to the town hall. For visitors, we're going to do some more painting and sprucing up, and hopefully maybe a little landscaping. The administration also holds regular meetings and lunch and learn days for employees. In fact, they recently held CPR training for employees, and all but 2 of our town employees now are CPR certified. Our finance department is staffed by a director, a human resources specialist, and an accounting technician. Now that we're into February, I'm sure many of you know, they've begun work on the budget for the fiscal year of 2016-2017. That's a long process. We are challenged in the town with the loss of revenue due to the legislature's decision to end the privilege license tax, but with additional homes and commercial development, we hope to see an increase in the tax base. So this brings me to another goal, to increase our tax base. Every department in our town is working hard to do their part in meeting that goal. We certainly have taken tremendous steps in that direction. The more money we have, the more we can do for our citizens. Our Economic Development Committee meets monthly and has developed an inventory of properties available for development. This enables us to meet the needs of developers when they visit Wendell and to discuss their availability here when someone calls. We didn't have that previously. This information has been placed on the economic development page of our town website. The committee also recently toured Apex to learn their story and see what worked for them. You don't always have to reinvent the wheel. They organized and carried out a night on our Visitor with Santa last year, an event that increased foot traffic by awarding visitors that shopped with the downtown merchants. All of these things help us grow, increase retention of our current businesses, and increase our tax base. The next step for this group, and a new goal that I would like to set, is that we actively reach out to specific businesses and companies and involve ourselves in recruitment and get them to come here. There's still a lot we need here in Wendell. It's my hope that citizens will be able to do more of their living here, their day-to-day living here, and meet their needs on a daily basis. The more we grow, the more we can do that. Our IT department has one full-time employee who has accomplished a tremendous amount in a very short time. We didn't even have an IT full-time until, I don't know, a year or so ago. In addition to day-to-day maintenance and repairs on computers, and each of our police cars has in-car computer equipment, so there's a lot, plus the ones that, the various offices. So she does that, and she maintains and does repairs on the town server. She's overseen the redesign of our website to make it more user-friendly, and she started and maintains the town Facebook page and Twitter accounts. She developed the town app, Tell Wendell, where citizens can ask questions, report concerns, view information during large events, about those events, and much more. The app, if you look at it and put it on your phone during an event like the Harvest Festival, you can pull it up and see a map, where's parking, where's food, where are booths, where's first aid, emergency help if you need it, and things like that. It's a great thing for us to have. The IT department also researched and oversaw the purchase and installation of the free Wi-Fi in our downtown. The IT department works closely with Eastwake TV. Eastwake TV airs our town board meetings. They also air Wendell Works, which we host, and plans are underway for a Wendell Mayor Show. This brings me to another goal, to be technologically innovative and be leaders and not followers. When I first got on the town board, questions would come up, and we would very often say, well, how do they do that in this town or that town, which is a good thing to do because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. But we could adjust those things to meet our specific needs. I wanted Wendell to be the first one to do some things, and I wanted other towns to come to us. So that happened actually with the downtown Wi-Fi. Wendell was the first town in Wake County to offer free Wi-Fi in its downtown to citizens. I could have burst with excitement and pride when I learned that other towns have now been contacting us to find out how we did the Wi-Fi so they can do it in their towns. So I was really very proud of that. We're being leaders and not followers. The IT department generates e-blasts that have over 500 subscribers, and we have over 1,000 visits a week on Facebook. We are successfully using technology to get Wendell past our city limits and out into the world. Our Parks and Recreation department has 6 full-time employees. There have been many changes in the department, and it's really grown in the last bit. We have reworked the lobby at the community center, added furnishings, and created a spot for a full-time employee to sit and welcome visitors to the building and the recreation department. She assists them in signing up for programs, checking out equipment, answers any questions they have. The lobby is open and welcoming to the community for them to use and enjoy. It belongs to the community. The Parks and Recreation Department publishes a monthly newsletter that they post on Facebook. The newsletter contains dates and important information for citizens to keep them informed about programming. Our programming has expanded and diversified to meet the needs of more of our citizens. This was another goal I had, to expand the programming and offerings at the community center. We were missing way too many economic development opportunities by not offering more. There's something for everyone now, and our programming and events brings a lot of foot traffic to Wendell. In addition to the increased programming, we've built a beautiful dog park, designed and built a world-class disc golf course, which will host tournaments in the future, and started a successful track out camp and hosted food truck luncheons. Parks and Recreation and the town manager were asked the Parks and Recreation director and town manager were asked a couple of years ago to plan at least one large event a month to help bring foot traffic into the town. We are now up to 10 events in 12 months, with several months having more than one event. It won't be long before we meet the goal. The 2 months that we don't have are kind of hard months with vacations and summertime, but we're going to do those as well. Other larger events have been very successful, in fact, so well attended that we were caught off guard and surprised by the crowds. The citizens of Wendell are enjoying having things to do right here where they live. Being able to do day-to-day things and enjoy activities right here in Wendell was another goal. These large events go a long ways towards meeting that goal. Now, as far as specifics, because I like little things like this, I thought y'all might. In our sports programming this past year, we had 1,500 total participants. There were 500 kids in spring t-ball, baseball, and softball, where we fielded 44 teams. 100 girls participated in volleyball, where we had 11 teams. 380 kids participated in youth basketball, where we had 42 teams. And 181 kids participated in fall baseball or softball, where we had 17 teams. We also had 4 co-ed softball teams, 10 church softball teams, and 6 co-ed volleyball teams. I'm proud to say that we have 3 state softball titles since 2009, 1 state title in basketball since 2011, and 14 state titles in baseball since 2003. Some of those in baseball were just last year and the year before. One of those teams was back-to-back. I went and watched them. It was really great and fun. It was fun to see so many people from Wendell there. Wendell's a baseball dynasty, and I'm looking forward to seeing them again this summer. The big news from the Parks and Recreation Department is the application and awarding of a Parks and Recreation Trust Fund grant for $250,000 from the state of North Carolina for park improvements. The town's matching portion is $306,250. It had been 10 years since Wendell last received a grant. The Parks and Recreation Department also applied for and was awarded a $40,000 playground and community funding grant. This allowed us to use funds from 2 different grants towards our new playground equipment. Installation has already begun. I don't know if you've seen it, but you should ride by and look, and it should be finished soon, maybe within the week. In addition to the playground, with grant funds, we will also be installing a concrete walking trail, a multi-purpose field, paved parking, bocce ball, shuffleboard courts, and more. The upgrades at the park and the community center, expanded programming, and numerous new events will enhance the experience of visitors to the park and to Wendell. Parks and Recreation departments have gotten to where they're about more than just sports, and they play a big role in economic development, and so these things are what we have done to take advantage of our wonderful department for economic development for Wendell. It's not just about sports anymore. A thriving department is crucial to successful economic development. I believe we've come a long way towards meeting that goal, expanding our programming and adding a variety of events to our calendar. Our Parks and Recreation Board meets monthly and works hard to help grow our park into a place that serves the needs of our citizens and continues to be a tool to support economic development. In 2015, the Wendell Parks and Recreation Department was the physical location of 2 Eagle Scout projects. The first was built by Lucas Hughes. Lucas built an agility course in our town dog park, our new dog park. It's become a favorite of visitors and their pets, and I want to thank Lucas for his hard work on behalf of the town. The second Eagle project was built by Emmanuel Amerson. Emmanuel built a low wooden bridge over a real wet area on our new disc golf course. I understand it's truly appreciated by those using the course, and I also want to thank Emmanuel for choosing a project that does so much for the citizens of Wendell. Wake County has recently opened the Robertson Mill Pond Preserve just outside of town. It's a unique facility offering canoe and kayak launch areas, and it's a wonderful opportunity for our citizens. It will surely attract visitors from all over this area. It's nice to see Wendell growing from the efforts of Wake County Parks and Recreation Department. It means that we're getting noticed by people outside of our city limits, and that's important. The Planning Department is a very busy place these days. It is staffed by the Planning Director and 2 planners. And we're definitely seeing an increase in really everything they do in every area all over town. They're very busy. Highway 64 has been changed to future Interstate Highway 495. Growth and development naturally occurs around interstate highways, and we'll benefit from that. But this does mean extra work again for our planning department. But extra work because of growth is a good problem to have. Wendell Falls held their grand opening in May of 2015. Their amenity center, which they call the farmhouse, is open and routinely hosts music and other events inside and out. The amenity site had a construction value of over $5 million. Wendell Falls has invested over $2 million on landscaping throughout their project thus far. The interchange at Wendell Falls was built some time ago by Mercury Development at a cost of $26 million. Wendell Falls Parkway has a multi-purpose path and on its north side and a sidewalk on its south side. They've begun construction on a mountain bike trail on the site and will begin construction infrastructure in the next area where they plan to develop with the hope of bringing 197 lots online in the fourth quarter of 2016. The population of Wendell Falls development is estimated at 10,000 residents at full build-out. Build-out is about 12 years. It's estimated that in 2025, the town of Wendell's population will be approximately 20,000. This explains why our planning department is so busy. We're doing a lot of planning to be ready for that kind of growth. Other developments that fell into bankruptcy during the economic downturn have been purchased, and construction has picked up in those as well. 180 single-family dwelling permits was issued in 2015. Of those, about half was for Wendell Falls. So we're growing besides just Wendell Falls. I've got some specific numbers. Specifically, for 2015, 184 new single-family dwelling permits has been issued, 112 in Wendell Falls. $29 million of residential improvement value has been recorded, and $3 million of commercial improvement value has been recorded. To me, things are definitely looking up. The planning department has several projects they've recently completed or are underway or they're getting ready to start. They oversaw the design and installation of information kiosks in 2 locations in the downtown. They pulled from our wayfinding signage a Welcome to Wendell sign, which was installed on Wendell Boulevard, and a digital message sign, which would replace the old sign on Wendell Boulevard. We're using community development block grant funds from Wake County to do paving, curb, gutter, and sidewalk on Lakewood Drive. This is a $330,000 project that's scheduled to be completed in the fall of 2016. We are currently updating our transportation plan, and a draft plan is getting ready to receive community input at a series of meetings prior to its adoption. Wendell received a North Carolina Department of Transportation grant to create a pedestrian plan. Work will begin on that this month by meeting with the North Carolina DOT consultant, and it should take about 12 months for that to be completed. Planning staff is also preparing wayfinding materials to submit to the DOT for approval to allow for directional signage within the road right-of-way. This will allow us to keep moving forward on our wayfinding project, which is taking much longer than I wanted it to. Our planning board meets monthly and gives recommendations to the town board. They have a difficult job, and their efforts are certainly greatly appreciated. The Appearance Committee meets monthly as well and discusses projects dealing with general appearance as well as projects designed to enhance our town. They make recommendations to the town board regarding our facade grant program. This program has been highly successful, encouraging businesses, and especially in our main downtown core, to spruce up. Other towns have called us and asked about our facade grant program in the hopes that they can implement it. Once again, we are being leaders in an area, leaders, not followers. New businesses have opened and remained open. We're doing a better job with retention. We also have new businesses planning to open in the next couple of months. There's a lot of work going on downtown. I don't know if any of you have noticed. Our downtown is becoming active and vibrant once again. We were all saddened to learn that Canna's Clothing was moving to Raleigh to be closer to their customer base. Our downtown continues to transition, as all do, and I feel hopeful that the void will be filled shortly. The Appearance Commission is also responsible for the beautiful new mural on the corner of 3rd and South Cypress Streets. They're energized and planning great things, and I look forward to their next project. The Town of Wendell Public Works Department has 8 employees, including the director, and they've had a busy year this year securing community block grant funds. The recent improvements on Anderson Street cost in excess of $400,000, but due to this funding that was obtained, our contribution for this project was only $80,000. The town also received $330,000 in community block grant funds to make improvements on Lakewood Drive. This will be completed in the spring of this year, so that's right around the corner. Stormwater drainage improvement project on Lake Drive area was completed in August 2015, and new piping in this system has approximately 144% more stormwater drainage capacity than the original system. The Public Works Department makes weekly pickups of yard waste, leaves, Christmas trees, but did discontinue bulky waste pickup at the beginning of this year. This is my favorite part. During the 2014-15 year, approximately 2,733 tons of solid waste materials were collected by the Public Works Department. That's made up of 1,720 tons of bulky waste, 243 tons of recycling, and 770 tons of yard waste. That is really a lot. I don't know what we would do without our Public Works Department. In addition to that, they are responsible for maintaining our streets, filling potholes, blowing our sidewalks, plowing snow, applying salt and sand to ice, putting up and taking down Christmas decorations, and numerous other things. Pretty much anything that gets done, anything that you mention around town, that they take care of it. Our police department has been busy too. They moved to a new location that was remodeled to meet their needs. The department received a grant to fund additional in-car cameras recently, a storage device for the footage, and a mobile pole-mounted radar sign. This will bring the number of police cars with in-car cameras up to 9. New tasers were issued to all sworn personnel in February 2015. I believe they obtained a grant for that as well. In October 2015, new uniforms were chosen and ordered for all of our officers. These new uniforms promote a professional appearance and enhance officer safety. Officer Jamie Gill and Officer Justin Loy were each recently awarded the Life Saving Award for reviving a man that had suffered a heart attack and was not breathing. As a result of their efforts, this patient made a full recovery, and I want to thank Officer Gill and Officer Loy for their efforts. They certainly impacted many, many lives that day. The 2015 Employee of the Year was Sergeant Steve Hall from the Wendell Police Department. Sergeant Hall is friendly and professional and always has a kind word and an entertaining story. It's very entertaining. Congratulations, Sergeant Hall, and thank you for your service to the citizens of Wendell. In 2015, our officers answered 6,964 calls for service, 382 of which led to incident reports. They issued 1,037 citations, made 190 arrests, conducted 127 field interviews, and handled 111 vehicle accidents. That's a lot for a department made up of a police chief, 16 sworn officers, and 1 civilian. On top of all this, the police department held its 7th annual Public Safety Day and its 6th annual Camp Choices program. The Public Safety Day is a chance for our officers to get out in public and show off their equipment and things. Kids love to come and see that. And Camp Choices is a week-long camp in the summer where our officers mentor our area youth. Both of these things create positive interactions with our officers. Our officers are here to help, and I appreciate all that they do to keep Wendell safe. They perform so many tasks for us, we can really never thank them enough. Our schools have been through a number of changes in the past year or so. Wendell Arts and Science Magnet Elementary School was named the #1 magnet elementary school in the nation. Wendell Middle School hired a new principal and started a 6th grade academy for incoming 6th graders to ease their transition into middle school. Eastwake High School hired a new principal who strives to be a productive community partner. He emails me constantly and he's very involved. He invites the community into the high school at every possible opportunity. He's created an atmosphere that encourages learning and discourages inappropriate behavior. Structure and rules are a good thing. Carver Elementary School and Lake Myra School continue to successfully prepare our children for middle school, and both of these schools operate on a modified schedule and the others on traditional. I'm very proud of our schools and the improvements they have made. When families are considering where they're going to move, if they're considering moving, the first thing that they look at is the schools. Ours are well on their way to contributing to our economic development picture. Even though the town board does not directly impact school decisions and policies, I've kind of made it my business to get involved and be a squeaky wheel on behalf of the schools. A goal I set was to improve our schools in any way I could to help improve our economic development picture. I've attended the Eastern Wake Education Workshop for several months representing Wendell. I also visited several of our struggling schools to determine their needs so I could gather information to pass along at those meetings. This gave me a chance to build relationships with principals and superintendents and other board members. The Wake County School Board at that time was looking for recommendations for Eastern Wake County. They have noticed that Eastern Wake County needs some attention, so the timing of all this was perfect. And changes have come as a result of those workshops and those relationships. Sky Communications and T-Mobile have activated a cell tower on the site at Cook Street. SCI Towers is completing its construction on the cell tower at the corner of Hollybrook and 4th Streets. And the Free Will Baptist College now has a tower with Verizon as a carrier. Our service has improved a lot in the last year and will continue to strengthen when the other tower opens. These were badly needed. This is a great thing that we've been able to do, and we'll get there. The Wendell Chamber of Commerce has been very active in the last few years. They've recently arranged for the regular publication of the Wendell magazine. They developed a community calendar, and they provide classes for instruction to their members. They also deliver welcome bags to all new residents of Wendell and play a role in the Wendell Farmers Market, which will open its season this year in the late spring. We are fortunate to have such a dedicated group of volunteers manning the chamber, and I want to thank them each for their efforts on behalf of the town. Wendell is full of churches and civic organizations and citizens who are pulling together to bring opportunities to our citizens. We have concerts, pancake suppers, cookie walks, tree trimming contests, Easter egg hunts, food festivals, and more. There's really something for everyone. I'm very proud of the things that have been accomplished in Wendell over the last few years. We've worked very hard to increase our tax base through the ongoing efforts of the Economic Development Committee. And we've worked to elevate the quality of life through our citizens through economic development and town events. We've worked to be innovative by facilitating the installation of cell towers, creating the Tell Wendell app, upgrading our website, using Facebook and Twitter, installing free Wi-Fi in our downtown, publishing our town e-blast and monthly Parks and Recreation online newsletters, and installing a digital message board to keep citizens informed. So we really got a lot of technology going, but we needed to. We've strived to be leaders and not always followers by installing free Wi-Fi in the downtown and through our successful facade grant program. We've increased opportunities for our citizens without raising taxes by applying for grant opportunities to grow our facilities and resources. All of these things have improved the quality of life for our citizens in Wendell. It's my intention to continue to work hard to create and maintain a town that is a great place to live and work and be for our citizens. To do this, the next step is to take things up a notch or two and get out in the world. We've got to get past our city limits and build relationships in the county and even in the region. One way the town board will be doing that is by regularly attending their meetings on the different committee assignments. I have made brief reports from these meetings a standing agenda item at town board meetings so that we can report and just know what's happening, know what's going on. A fresh wind is blowing through Wendell. Collaboration has increased within and between departments. Challenges are being met with thoughtful innovation and enthusiasm. Some challenges create opportunities. You don't always have to balk at when you're met with a challenge. I'm looking forward to wonderful things on the horizon. It's really a great time to be living in Wendell. I want to leave you with, I know this is long, a lot of information, but one little saying I heard recently, and it's really stuck with me, and it's, if you're lucky enough to live in Wendell, you're lucky enough. I just like that. So I want to thank you for having me here today, and we'll pick it up here next year.
Could we please rise?
Thank you.
Mayor Gray, we really do appreciate you coming and giving this
It's my pleasure.
State of the Town address to us today. And we appreciate all of our guests that have come today, and want to invite you to come, please come back again soon. Is there anything else anybody wants to cover? All right, I guess we will close then with the four-way test of the things that we think, say, or do. First,
Is the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
thank you for coming, and we look forward to seeing everyone again.